All right, folks, let's do number 44. All right, folks, let's do this one. Taking A is that, so let me just write this down. So A is going to be a vector that's going to have 6 units in the I hat direction minus 8 units in the j hat direction. Vector B is going to have negative 8 units in the I hat direction plus 3 units in the j hat direction. Fantastic, beautiful. C is going to have 26 units in the I hat direction plus 19 units in the j hat direction. So determine A, B, and C such that when you take this piece of vectors, take A times some scalar of A plus some scalar of B plus some scalar of C, whatever the heck that is, you're going to have the vector of 0. I'm going to put 0 as the vector. A student has learned that a single equation, oh, you know what, that I don't need to read freaking hints or whatever the heck. I mean, I don't need to learn what a student does or does not do or argue about stupid facts or whatever. Just do the math and you should figure this out. But anyways, regardless, folks, we're given vector A, we're given vector B, and we're given vector C. So A, B plus C is going to be 0. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up as, because think of vectors as just having the components. So 6A minus 8B plus 26C or no, just 26 is going to be equaling 0. So that's going to be one equation. We have this equation, one equation, 2 unknowns. But we're going to use the other piece. We're going to have negative 8a plus 3b plus 19 equals 0. So here 6a, negative ab plus 26, negative 8 plus, if I didn't mess up somewhere, which I don't think I did, negative ab plus, it's hard to check when you're doing videos, guys, negative 8a plus 3b plus 19 equals 0. So there you go, folks. Now you have 2 equations, 2 unknowns, and I'm not sure how to cover this topic, to be honest. But this is just prerequisite math that you guys should already know. So so we're going to find what the scalars A, B, and C is. In fact, I wrote the end result, and I got some nice numbers here. So I'm going to put the end result, what I have. I'm not going to solve it. I already did this on my own. So once you do your algebra steps, here you have A being 5 and B being 7, apparently. And let's confirm this. Let's confirm that these variables are the result. So in order to confirm this, we're going to take 6 times 5. We're going to take this piece and take that as a 30, minus 8 times b, which is 7, which is going to be minus 56, plus 26 equals 0. And you can already tell that 26 plus 30 is going to be 56, minus that is 0. So this checks out as the result. And we're going to confirm with the other one. So the other one is going to be negative 40 plus 7, 14, 21 plus 19. So this would be 30, 40. 40 minus 40 is indeed 0. So that means that for part A, these are your 2 solutions right here. A equals 5, B equals 7. And you can solve it however you guys want. It really doesn't matter. So just you can multiply by the least common multiple here, which is 2 times 3 times 2 times 2 times. They both have a multiple of 2, and so you just multiply by 3 here to get 24, and then you just multiply the top by 4, or you can do whatever you guys want. It doesn't matter. So that's part A. And what's part B asking? All right, let's actually read this. Not that I really want to, but I just don't like wordy questions that when it says a student, but that's just me though. A student has learned that a single equation cannot be solved to determine values for more than one unknown. That's very true, guys. How would you explain it to him that A and B, and I did have a situation where I tutored math, and I had a student who tried to argue with me, and I didn't want to deal with that, so I just got another tutor. But how would you explain it to him that both A and B can be determined from a single equation used in part A? How would you explain to him, well, think about logically of what the heck is it that you're doing, folks, because when you have a single equation and B I'm just gonna put solutions here for you guys can look it up, because I'm not gonna write it down for you guys. So for this one, folks, if you have one equation and two unknowns, those two unknowns could be anything. A could be one specific value, and B could be one specific value. And when you solve for A is depending on whatever B is, or B is depending on whatever A is. Same thing with C. So these are not unique solutions when it's one unknown, folks. Or like if you have two unknowns in one equation, you could have many infinite possibility of solutions. That's why when you put the other equation, you're actually restricting the variables to a unique solution, which is going to be 5 and 7. So I don't know how to explain this in words. What I would do if I were doing this problem is I would pull up the ChatGPT and ask it to word it, and I'll just copy and paste it, because maybe it's not traditional to do that, but you know what. But more importantly, folks, than anything else, they do ask this question because they actually want you to. They try to get you to understand, these concepts. So I get that, and even though this is pretty straightforward for me, it might not be straightforward for you guys. But math, is mathematics, and there is usually unique solutions for them, as opposed to just running an English class on an essay. Anyway, I'm just ranting, guys. All right. I hope you enjoy. Bye. All right, guys. Let's move on.